Earlier on, I shared a video about the importance of discovering yourself. Since then, some of you have reached out to me asking me to share some ways to go about doing it. Now, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, be sure to click on the link in the description below so you can watch it later.
The best way to discover yourself is to spend time with yourself. Let me put things into perspective for you. Say you're meeting someone for the first time. You start off with saying hi, how's your day, all the small talks. Moving forward, if you want to get to know them better, you need to start spending some quality time with them to understand them at a deeper and meaningful level. Getting to know yourself isn't any different.
I know what all of you are thinking. Instant coffee? What is wrong with instant coffee? Why do we need hipster coffee to show off? As long as it's a good cup of coffee, it doesn't really matter what kind of coffee it is. Now, back to where we were. Some of you may think that spending time with yourself is lame or boring, but it doesn't have to be. Here are 3 simple ways that you can go about discovering yourself. When we hear the word alone, we immediately think boring, loser, sad, lame, etc. Our mind starts to go into this cycle of protective mechanism, so we think we stay cool. And these days, being cool is to stay connected with other people, hanging out with a group of friends, doing stuff. But at least that is how we think others perceive us. We like to be in touch with the world every second of the day. And when we are left alone, we turn to social media or online gaming to continue the connection. As a result of that, we spend less and less time with ourselves. Ask yourself this question: what are your hobbies? And when was the last time you did them? Can't answer them? Now ask yourself this question that you definitely can answer. How many likes have you given on Instagram today? How many times have you opened Facebook today? And when was the last time you Snapchat with your friends? We are so numb to overstimulation from social media that we feel bored the second we don't receive a notification or text messages from our friends. A recent study by Microsoft actually showed that the average human attention span is 1 second less than that of a goldfish. In everything you do, having the right mindset will guide you on how to approach an issue. If you start thinking that this task is boring, guess what? It will be, and that is because you deem it to be. We call that selective perception. Simply put, you see what you want to see. So here is step 1. Have the right mindset. It is so important to spend time with yourself because time alone gives you the opportunity to find your worth. Cast away the perception that only a loser spends time with themselves. Adopt the mentality that only a strong, independent individual is capable of spending time with themselves because they are not affected by what others think of them. One second. Just kidding. That is not what I meant. Let's do that again. Now that you have the right mindset, decide on what activities best represent you. So the simplest way to do this is to get a piece of paper and draw 3 columns. On column 1, list the things that you want to do. This could be anything from your bucket list, stuff that you have tried in the past, a hobby that you once gave up and wish to pick it up again. Try to avoid activities that are too intensive or requires high level attention. So for example, stuff like studying or playing video games are out. Whatever it is that you choose, remember this is 100% your time, so you can do whatever and then think about what other people think of you. So if you need help, some of the activities that you can try are probably reading, jogging, meditating, taking a bath, and watching my YouTube videos. Leave a comment below. Tell me what activities you've chosen. So in the second column, pick 6 activities from column 1 that you think best represent you or quality that you wish to develop. For example, I'm an introvert and I can be very impatient at times. So to learn the meaning of patience, I picked up fishing, and that allows me to be alone at a quiet peaceful lake while waiting for my bite. Lastly, in column 3, pick 3 activities from column 2 that you think you can fit into the schedule. While writing stuff like traveling around the world or climbing Mount Everest is exciting, it isn't something that a busy person can fit into their schedule. Let's be realistic, we are all busy people. If you have only one activity, so be it. Allocate it to a special slot sometime in the week. The important thing is, now that you have chosen an activity that you think best represents you or quality that you wish to develop, and you can fit it into your daily schedule, you don't have an excuse to say that you do not have time for it. You see what I did there? The last step is perhaps the hardest. When we start a new idea or concept, most people will get hyped up for a day or two, then cruise off and die a natural death, and before we know it, we're back to where we started again. Emily could certainly attain to that with the amount of bullet journals and brush pens we have at our home. We live in a world of technology. Let's use that. In your calendar, set a time block for the event and set a reminder. Don't be too ambitious. Start with once a week and then twice a week incrementally. Remember to leave time for your family and friends. Now, this is the hardest part. Saying no. Our social life can be quite abrupt and unplanned at times. I would often get last-minute invites for dinner or to hang out. If it happens on a schedule yourself day, you have to learn to say no sometimes. But remember, be flexible. The reason why I say that is, if you have a friend that you haven't met for a long time and they want to meet up on a schedule yourself day, go for it. But make sure that the next day you have no excuse and it has to be a catch-up yourself day. Point is, be flexible but also be firm at the same time. Just because you're always there for you doesn't mean that you should take yourself for granted. Spend time with yourself like how you would with your friends and family. Remember, commitment and consistency is key. Well, there you go. 3 simple steps on how to spend time with yourself and discover you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email in the description link below. And before you go, remember to click the subscribe button and to give me a thumbs up for this video.